People that have played video games for extended periods. Have you ever felt like you were still in the game even after you have stopped? If so, what happened? My cousin has played GTA for hours and it was raining in the game. When he stopped playing, his mother and aunt came home. He asked them if they got wet because of the rain. I played The Sims a lot as a kid, and would stack tasks up in my head in the order I wanted them done. Shower, breakfast, walk dog, lunch, etc. All of the other stuff here is like someone messing stuff up and just trying to reload a save IRL or doing some dumb shit, and yours is just getting your life organized. And they say gaming is bad. Ha, hold on. I have to go save my progress. It's been a good day. Don't want to mess up. Lol. One of my favorite anecdotes. When I was young and irresponsible, I dedicated 3 weeks of my life to playing the first System Shock non-stop. One day, I got caught on the toilet and discovered I had done the deed, but there was no paper left. My immediate reaction was, if I had saved before going, I could simply reload. Yeah. This is almost too stupid to tell, but as kid I played whole day checkers on my PC. Then when I finally stopped and went eating, I felt like that I need to walk on the floor in the correct way to not break the rules. I bet the very low blood sugar was having a very big role in this. Sounds a little bit like the Tetris effect, where people who had played Tetris for an extended period of time will sometimes constantly think about how to arrange objects to use as little space as possible. I played through GTA 3 1 month, and after a particularly long night, I 100% stepped off the curb on a busy street, fully expecting the incoming traffic to grind to a halt and yell at me. My buddy yelled at me first, and possibly saved my life. I could see the gameplay when I closed my eyes, and the game was Transformice lol. Jesus. Nothing's scarier than seeing a giant group of mice race to the cheese and back, while pushing each other off the flimsy bridge the shaman made. I once quit a half-life marathon to leave my room and thought quicksave when I was about to open my bedroom door. I'm a programming student and I dropped a bowl at my job the other day and made a huge mess. My first reaction was to hit Ctrl+Z in midair with my left hand. So I had just finished playing Borderlands 2. I had been playing for like 7 hours straight and I looked at my hand and it just kinda looked off. That's when I noticed everything looked really different because I'd adjusted to the Borderlands environment in my mind, so reality looked wrong. I got obsessed with Plague Inc. on my phone. Now I keep imagining all these news stories about a plague and have really vivid hallucinations of everyone wearing masks. Saddest part is that it's pretty easy to see that God's playing on casual mode. Whenever I play puzzle games for extended periods of times, this happens to me. I get the method of thinking stuck in my head and I have to remind myself to stop thinking like it's Tetris or whatever. I used to play a game called 2048. You have a grid and you swipe up or down to combine boxes of the same score. I had to quit because it was getting to the point where I would see a row of people sat together and just be thinking of shoving them into each other to improve my score. After a long session of playing a first-person shooter, I went to see kept waking up at night from the terrifying dreams. Every time I die in the dream I respawn. I did this with The Witcher 3. I stopped playing after my husband had gone to bed and didn't want to turn the light on or wake him up, so I attempted to activate my Witcher senses in hopes that they would highlight the items I needed to access in the bedroom, laundry bin, phone charger, etc. I immediately felt stupid. You could theoretically develop that ability, actually, but it would take more than 2 weeks of effort and belief that you could do it. My dad walks around in the dark and only kicks things that I moved and forgot to put back. I was playing Skyrim for a few hours every day. Went over to a friend's house and noticed their lavender bush and thought, I should harvest that. Went on a Skyrim break after that. I got really into modding Skyrim. I was out one day and saw the shadow of a pillar. Thought to myself, yay, that's alright, but I bet there's a better ENB I can get. Literal real shadows were not good enough for me in that moment. I played Subnautica for 8 hours straight and heard my house creaking cause it was a thunderstorm and thought a reaper had found my seamoth while I was exploring the Aurora. I play modded Minecraft a lot. One time I was out on a boat and saw an absolutely gorgeous sunset. For a split second I thought, I am gonna jump off this boat and fly over there. I am sad to say that I realized I didn't have wings. But I also didn't jump off the boat. Elytra IRL would be the coolest ring. I'm not talking Elytra, but something similar has already been invented. Just don't use fireworks to launch yourself. I'm talking about flying with the wings from the Wings mod. Check it out. I refuse to play Minecraft without it. I refuse to drive for at least an hour after playing any driving game. People will get hurt. Get Forza Horizon 4, it's my fave driving game. Unless you already have it. I once played Forza for a few hours and then needed to go to the store. I pulled out of the parking lot of my apartment and proceeded to pull onto the left side of the road. I live in America. Needless to say, I stopped playing Forza for a while after that. I had played Fallout 4 all day and had to eventually take the trash out. Well, I was home alone and ended up locking myself out. I seriously tried to load a save and then I realized I wasn't in a game anymore and was just fucked. I looked for this comment. I spent a long time playing Fallout and after the session I walked to my room and saw some bobby pins. AMD immediately thought I should keep them just in case I flood a locked box or door. Had to stop gaming for a bit. I played 4,000 hours on Ark Survival, evolved as a co-leader of an alpha tribe on the server we played on. This shit felt like a full-time job. I had to help organize schedules for everyone on when to play and set tasks for everyone to do. Eventually Chinese hackers wiped us off the server and I quit the game. I definitely felt like I should have been more busy after I quit and felt like I had so much free time. I once played Breath of the Wild for so long. When I wanted to go to town in real life I tried to fast travel there for a solid few seconds before I realized that's not how it works. I think one time I was walking or driving somewhere and saw something off in the distance wanting to know where it was. And my first instinct was to open the Sheikah Slate binocular thing and drop a pin. I can swear to God I could see things pixelated after playing Monkey Island for too long as a kid. I had this after playing GTA Chinatown Wars on the DS when I was young. It was freaky AF. I play Skyrim with the amazing Frostfall mod. And I was playing for about 12 hours one day. If you don't know about Frostfall, it's basically a mod for Skyrim that adds cold weather simulation to the game and a full camping and survival system. The first time I tried it out I was so amazed at it I actually didn't stand up for 12 hours because it was so fun to have Skyrim with a survival simulator built in. After I realized how long my play session was I looked around my room and had this wave of tiredness flow over me and it kinda took me a second to realize I was at it for so long. So I saved my progress and stood up and my legs were so stiff from sitting for 12 hours I had to almost limp to bed. I fell into my bed and clicked the heater on. I remember I dreamt of camping on the plains of Whiterun, building a little campsite, chopping enough wood for the night, and hunting a few deer for my evening meal. While I was laying in bed about to go to sleep it was a little cold in my room so I got up and clicked on my space heater. And knelt next to it and warmed my hands near it like a campfire. After I got warm I realized I had just done things the way I would have in the game. Not necessarily a video game. But I used to play Candy Crush a lot and one time I was watching regular show and was like, huh. If those two characters swapped clothes they'd both disappear. I deleted the app after that. The first time I played what I believe was actually a Call of Duty game before online play. You stormed the beach at Normandy in the opening mission. I must have died 20 times before I got past it. That night I had the most fucked up dreams of bombs dropping and machine gun fire. I guess it just got stuck. I once had an 18-hour Skyrim session during a summer when I was a teenager. After I turned the game off, I went upstairs to pour myself a drink and dropped the glass, accidentally chipping it. First thought that went through my head, I'll just reload to the point before I grab the glass. When I first started getting into Dead by Daylight, I could still hear the heartbeat at the back of my mind and body kept feeling alert, panicky even though I don't have a killer to be looking out for. Not IRL but I had consistent real feeling Minecraft dreams for a few weeks straight in April. Sounds fun and all but the mobs are much scarier when you make eye contact with them. Had an insane first-person Minecraft dream. I was in a skyblock. A pretty large oak slab platform with slab railings. I was raiding some other players with my friends. But we heavily miscalculated, because these dudes were stacked with diamond armor. I began running away while these two dudes chased me. Hopped on the railing and punched one off. Knockback and everything was identical to that in game. I stole an elytra and fireworks off of them and managed to fly off at the last second while the last guy chased. It's absolutely insane how the brain can just simulate Minecraft to perfection in a dream. I'm not kidding. It was perfect. It was literally just dream Minecraft. One of my crazier dreams. Was also pretty exciting. I went to make some mac and cheese after playing Minecraft for several hours. I didn't leave the kitchen to wait for the water to boil because I thought it wouldn't be loaded in and wouldn't boil. I had the exact same experience today when I was reading a book, not related to Minecraft in any way, and I was like, why are the characters worried about losing their boat when the chunks won't be loaded when they're gone? Rainbow Six Siege has cams that you need to shoot out. Usually when I'm out I have the need to shoot the cams. But then I remember, shit. I left the gun at home. I have been living in Horizon Zero Dawn and Days Gone for the last 6 months. You bet I get spooked when real life gives me things that I see in games. Living in the PNW. Everything reminds me of Days Gone. Saw some crows yesterday on a building and started crafting a Molotov. Hit a couple of kids in the head with a spiked baseball bat. Thinking they were newts. Played Red Dead 2 straight through. The next couple of days I was genuinely confused why more robberies weren't happening around me in the real world. Played Minecraft for 12 hours plus day. One time I looked up from my screen and saw my room was dark. So I got up to put a torch on the wall. 4 steps in I realized what I was doing. I most commonly have this with chess. After playing for a long time I often think about potential moves people and objects could make. Typically a knight move and the tiles are usually about 1 by 1 meter in size or based on an already existing grid-like pattern at the location of the person or object. I played on my Oculus for the solid majority of the past 2 days, and today when I went to Walmart I was wearing my sunglasses and there were times that I forgot that I wasn't at my Oculus.